Okay. It's Gertie Mac, and let's jump right into Corey Holcomb of the 5150 Show going in on Stephen A. Smith, saying that Will Smith needs to apologize. Now, y'all don't know, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence has the new movie out, Bad Boys 4, and everybody say it is pretty good. Now, Stephen A. Smith jumped on his Stephen A. Smith show on YouTube and talked about Will Smith, and he was saying that basically he can't muster up, the energy to go see it because he feel like Will Smith needs to apologize to people about what he did to Chris Rock at the Oscars. So Corey Holcomb and Stephen A. Smith already kind of had like some little tension between each other. So on this segment of the 5150 Show, Corey Holcomb went in on Stephen A. Smith talking about Will Smith needs to apologize.
I don't like when Stephen A. Smith said Will Smith needs to apologize to the black community, because nobody in this world needs to apologize to the black community more than Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, but I get it. He's a weirdo. That video where they showed him walking into the game with that purple suit showed everything you need to know. If you ain't seen it, that's what you need to watch. That man is crazy. I ain't even as mad as I used to be. I know he's autistic. He's autistic. He really think that he's the reason good things happen. Look, let me tell you something, ESPN. If Abe was the host of ESPN in the morning, he would be number one, because everybody watches ESPN because it is the biggest network. Stop taking credit for something like you the reason this is this, and you're not. You're nothing. You a boy. And you got your tag team partner that I'm shocked he became your tag team partner. That's Mr. Sharp. He has become your defender. Every time somebody disagrees with him, you hear Shannon say, I'll be like, wow, he is taking up for this boy.
Why is Shannon Sharp have to catch a shred there? Shannon Sharp do be talking like that. But Corey Holcomb and Stephen A. Smith, they clearly don't get along. But a lot of people was upset with Stephen A. Smith about saying that Will Smith needs to apologize. They was like, come on now. That was a couple years ago. Will Smith, I thought Will Smith did apologize about that. He did come out and apologize about his what he did at the Oscars. It wasn't immediately after the Oscars, but he did sit down and put a little production together and apologize by his action and say he was embarrassed. Now, I don't know what more does Stephen A. want him to do, but hey, it's time to move on from that, Stephen A. Bad Boys 4 is out. Go support it or don't. Now, Corey Holcomb didn't just stop there. He also spoke about an encounter where him and Stephen A. Smith bumped into each other in Chicago. I want to say at an NBA game or All-Star or something like that, where he was talking about how him and Stephen A. could have, got the pause put on him, but he chose not to do that because he was like, you got to better control yourself. You got to better know how to act and not let people see you go on 10 and kind of get out of character. But I didn't know there'd be for this much of a deal. But clearly, if Corey Holcomb is talking about they almost could have came to blows, it could have went there and tore up a restaurant, then that's serious.
Stephen A. Smith got this big bodyguard dude who be with him all the time. That's who saw me first. He was like, hey, there go Corey over there. At the Joe's Restaurant in Chicago, NBA All-Star Weekend. And Stephen A. Smith came over there. And I watched it all happen. Am I supposed to be like, no, fuck you, nigga, in that restaurant? No, that ain't how you do it. I'm saying this for the younger guys. When you let people see you get on 10, they got you.
Yep.
They got you, homie. Be calm and walk it down. Because it ain't real. We in Joe's Restaurant. Who would want to tear up Joe's Restaurant except for an emotional man? An emotional man who's led by emotions will fight anywhere because he has no control over his emotions. They fight on podcasts. They get into it everywhere because they led by emotions. I ain't led by emotions, homie. So all you dudes who talk about me, I ain't gonna lie. When I know you ain't got no capital, homie, I ain't gonna never say nothing back to you, man. Get your paper straight, man. If I argue with let me think of somebody who famous who I'd got into it with. Even a Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith got capital. It's worth the argument.
This whole thing is crazy. But one thing I'm gonna tell you, this internet be internet. It don't care what time of the day it is, night, day, midday, or whatever. There's some content on the internet about something going on in this world today. It has taken over the world. I mean, every day is something. It's not never a day where somebody is getting into it about this, and then you be learning about beefs on the internet that you didn't even know people was having. Stephen A. Smith and Corey Holcomb. I mean, you got R&B singers, dissing rappers. It's some of everything that goes on here. But y'all get in the comments and tell me what y'all think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. Holla.